so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside Arrington Ice Arena, the site of today's ACHA Division I women's hockey contest between two teams that are familiar foes and have quite a storied history against one another. It's the number 3 ranked team in the country, Adrian College, taking on the number 9 ranked Indiana Tech Warriors, and we're happy to have you with us here up in the broadcast booth. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Calvin Keys, joined alongside by ACHA Division I goaltender Dylan Knighton. And, Niter, we've got an exciting contest on our hands today.
Absolutely, a very close matchup. It's going to be really tight, to be honest. A couple of leading scorers here for the Bulldogs. We got Rhea Peterson with 22 points on the season, 10 goals, and 12 assists, as well as Allison Shaw, a defenseman. Don't typically see defensemen getting that many points, but she's just behind Rhea Peterson with 21 points on the season so far.
Pretty impressive numbers for both of those athletes. Bulldogs come into this game with a 13-4 record. The Indiana Tech Warriors are 13-3. Niter, what do you think has led to both of those teams' success and their impressive records to this point in the season?
I think it's just the high competition that goes on between these two teams. They got a lot of offensive power and great goaltending as well, and that's another thing we'll get into in just a moment.
Yeah, certainly. Bulldogs carrying a 6-game winning streak into this contest. They've swept Maryville, Miami of Ohio, and Penn State the last 3 weekends. And as for the Warriors, they've won 3 of their last 4. Split with Concordia last weekend. It was a little bit of a blip on the radar. Lost the first game 5-2, but then bounced back the next day, winning 11-1. Only allowing 1 goal in a hockey game is pretty difficult. Bulldogs also got shutouts in both of their games last weekend. Who's been playing great in net for both of these squads, Niter?
So we got for the Bulldogs, we have number 29 in net for the Bulldogs. That's Chloe Burt, the 1.19 goals against average, 4 shutouts on the season, .939 save percentage. It's really solid goaltending all around. I believe a couple of weeks ago against Minot State University, a very high-ranked team as well. Burt put up 2 shutouts back-to-back, and Bulldogs can't ask for better goaltending. Yeah, certainly. A couple of other players to watch for both teams. For Adrian College, Tyler Turnbull had 2 goals in their last game against Penn State. And for the Indiana Tech Warriors, Sophie Kuzminski actually had a hat trick in their last contest, which was a dominant 11-1 win at home against Concordia, Michigan, as we mentioned already. These are two teams that have quite the history against each other, Niter, like we talked about before going on air. Indiana Tech leads the all-time series between these two squads 6-5, and last season they played in an extremely meaningful game in the national quarterfinal. Bulldogs got the win, so you get the feeling Indiana Tech is going to want to get some revenge here on the road tonight. Absolutely. It's going to be a very close contest, ladies and gentlemen, and we're really looking forward to getting into it this afternoon, or this evening.
Yeah, excited to watch as the regular season series was split 2-2 in the 4 games these two teams played against each other a year ago. Bulldogs got the win in the national quarterfinal before eventually falling in the national semifinal. Well, that does it for our pregame show here. Any final thoughts and or predictions going into this one, Niter?
Not just yet. We'll have to wait to see it until opening faceoff.
Well, you're going to leave us in suspense. We'll have to see how things pan out here tonight from Arrington Ice Arena. Again, this is ACHA Division I women's hockey here on Adrian College Television. Calvin Keys alongside Dylan Knighton. We'll have Bulldogs versus Warriors puck drop for you just about 11 and a half minutes away at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned. Until then, we'll be back after these messages.
On defense for the Warriors, a junior wearing number 9, Michaela Calverti. Also on defense, a junior wearing number 13, Ashley Episcopo. At one forward for the Warriors, a sophomore wearing number 55, Michelle Borland. Also at forward, a sophomore wearing number 10, Genesee Williams. And in the final forward position for the Warriors is a sophomore wearing number 48, Allison Green. The Warriors are coached by Scott Hicks. He is assisted by Charlie Wagner. And now, the stars for Adrian College Bulldogs. In goal, a senior wearing number 29 from Livingstone, Saskatchewan, Lily Brown. On the bench for your Bulldogs, a junior wearing number 4 from Bell River, Ontario, Allison Shaw. Also on the bench, a junior wearing number 97, the pride of Beaver Dam, New Brunswick, and one forward for Adrian, a junior wearing number 16 from Kitchener, Ontario, Pat McCarroll. Also at forward, a junior wearing number 6 from Debden, Saskatchewan, Rihanna Peterson. And the final forward position for your Bulldogs, a junior wearing number 21 from Calgary, Alberta, Haley Wiltshire. Your Bulldogs are coached by Carter Clark, and he is assisted by Brian Carney. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for today's game, the referee is Bill Jones, and the linesmen are Nick Hoff and Jake Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you please rise to honor and remove your hats to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. Please join Adrian College's Katie Stoddard.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve.
We incorporate what tonight's all about: inclusion, community, and opportunities. Today we have 3 of our athletes, John, Will, and Jacob, and they will be dropping today's ceremonial first face-off.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena, everyone. Calvin Keys joined by Dylan Knighton here on the call tonight from the commentator's booth. Happy to have you with us wherever you may be tuning in from. Glad you've decided to join us for this ACHA Women's Division I matchup. As we mentioned in the pregame nighter, it's number 3 Adrian, number 9 Indiana Tech. This is one of the dates that the Bulldogs have had circled on their calendar. Should be a really competitive game.
100% at all levels here in ACHA play. It's a big rivalry, Bulldogs versus Indiana Tech, so it's going to be a really tight game, really close, really good competition. Hoping to see a great hockey game between the two teams. Really excited to be able to broadcast this event tonight.
Your squad had some success against Indiana Tech a week ago, correct?
Absolutely, we did. I believe, we had a 2-game series here at the Arrington Ice Arena. We won that game 5-2, then we took it down to Fort Wayne and ended up winning 2-1 versus the men's team. It was great. Great contest, to be honest.
Adrian College Bulldogs in the white uniforms with black pants and helmets moving right to left on your screens. Indiana Tech Warriors wearing black and orange jerseys and pants with white helmets moving left to right. Opening puck drop here is taken between the likes of Peterson and Genesee Williams, and we are underway here. Time to get going. Puck makes its way into the far corner. Peterson will move it over to Shaw, moving it upwards for McCarrow, who loses her footing. The Warriors find it here in the near corner. This one sent across the slot by Williams. Bulldogs able to break the puck out. Forcing it ahead here is Eagleson before she goes down. Able to intercept the rush the other way was Gregan. Long shot fired in by McCarrow. That's gloved well by Izzy Varner. She'll release it, and the Warriors move up ice. Good awareness from Varner there to keep that puck moving, Nighter.
Absolutely. Always important to keep the clock running. I feel like this early in the game, she had the opportunity to play the puck to her defenseman, and it was a good move.
This one sent up the wall by Yonker. Flips high in the air over Pichet, but eventually able to get a touch back to Sydney White. Now Pichet back up, centers for Stitt. Low shot closing up the 5-hole. Varner to keep it out. Now we've got a penalty against the Warriors for interference.
Bulldogs just coming with that physicality right off the bat. The Warriors coming with that physicality, and early on they're struck down and have to serve 2 minutes for that interference call.
Referee Bill Jones will make the decision. 1 minute and 8 seconds into this game. It's Megan Yakachuk with the interference call as she got a piece of Pichet as she headed into the zone. You're a big fan of referee Bill Jones, aren't you, Nighter?
I am. Bill Jones, very, very, very good guy. He is a fan favorite here at the AIA. Does a lot of hockey games here.
Calls a fair game. Stitt will move this one over to the near side wall for Forster, racing to get there, and the Warriors are just able to touch it out. Good effort there from Ashley Episcopo. Battling for it on the wall is Peterson. Puck loose. It's found here by Turnbull, who will drop it off for Ashlyn Stitt. Up top, Forrester spins away from the press of Murray. Stitt able to move it off the wall. This is a really aggressive penalty kill we're seeing from the Warriors. They're able to shoot it down ice.
I was just going to say myself, a very aggressive penalty kill for the Warriors. You stole the words right out of my mouth, Calvin. Bulldogs have to be wary of that.
Forster crosses over the Warrior blue line. She'll drop it off. That puck takes a skip over the twig of Wiltshire, and getting there just in time was McCarrow. Otherwise, Borland could have been off to the races. Varner rimming this puck around the dasher. Pichet to keep it in. Up top, Shaw at the NCAA logo. This is sticked away by Genesee Williams. Pichet back for Shaw, walking in, firing. That's off the shoulder of Varner. Warriors can't get it clear, despite the efforts of Borland there. Back up top for Shaw. 47 seconds left on the power play as Williams will block the shot, but still the Warriors cannot get it out. Here's Sydney White trying to center. This is intercepted, and Michelle Borland able to get it the length of the ice. Just 30 seconds remaining on this Adrian power play, and a nice job by Indiana Tech's penalty kill so far, Nighter.
Absolutely, I'd have to agree. That was a great shot there, too, from the point for Allison Shaw.
Pichet dancing in. Waiting for help to arrive. No look, feed into the middle. The puck is loose. Jamming away at it there was Taylor Robinson. Couple of nice left pad saves made by Varner to keep it out. Shaw able to hold the blue line as Yakachuk about to re-enter the game, I should say. Shaw will move it across. Walking in here is Wood. Trying to get a shot off. That's blocked by Pedham Shand. Warriors kill off the penalty. They're back to full strength. Skating back for it here is Shaw. Has her stick lifted. This is found by Yakachuk. Sends it rink wide. Feed from Robinson is just a little bit too far behind Eagleson. But the trailer, Nellie Wood, will pick it up and spin it off the near boards. Nice deke made there to escape pressure by Episcopo. Yakachuk a heavy hit on the numbers of Miranda, who looks towards the official. Looked like a hit from behind there on the near boards. Turnbull can't get the puck past Harvey Zink, and the Bulldogs forced to regroup in their own end. Fast-paced play here to start this first period. We're just 4 minutes in. Parent unable to grab it on the near wall. This is sent D to D by Emily Foster. Now the pass is picked off by Taryn Morris, able to shoot it down. Morris applying some pressure on the forecheck. Here's Williams trying to move it out. Gains center ice and will shoot it around the wall where it is regained by Billiard for the Bulldogs. Wiltshire here trying to get this puck past Juzak on the point. Warriors keep it in, and the first save of the hockey game is made by the Bulldogs. Chloe Burt, she holds on for the whistle. 15:26 to go in this first period. I believe that's the first whistle we've seen since 1 minute and 8 seconds in. Pretty fast-paced start to this game.
I was just going to say, lots going on. Not a lot of opportunities for the puck to freeze or be frozen, but I'd like to also point out Indiana Tech, right after that penalty kill, we're right on it after, and we're able to get a couple shots on or show that offensive forecheck, really stick it back to the Bulldogs.
This puck is shot around the wall by Laylee Croson. Warriors have it behind the net. Trying to center. This is taken away by Rhea Peterson, then stolen right back by Michelle Borland. Forster trying to get the puck out of her own end. Pressured here heavily is Morris. Forster throws it right back to the Warriors. It's Gilmore at the point. Can't get the shot by McCarrow.
It's a good block there for McCarrow off the skate. Good effort.
Finding it here. Gilmore walks in, and then it's swallowed up by Burt as it hits the A logo on her sweater for the whistle. Warriors threatening here with some offensive zone pressure.
It's a good textbook save there for Chloe Burt. Not much traffic in front. Is able to see the shot all the way through.
Face-off coming up here on the near side of the Adrian zone. It's one back. Gregan has it. Slid over for Allison Shaw, arguably the top blue liner for this Adrian team. Logs a lot of minutes. Maybe a break developing. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Pichet, near side, moving it across. Good stick made by Calverda, the Warrior defender who got a piece of it, causing the puck to skip away from the outstretched stick blade of Stitt, who was waiting for the feed. Shaw will hurry to jackknife that puck deeper into Warrior territory. Stitt can't find it. Sent over by Yakachuk. Puck bouncing awkwardly. It'll be handled here by Calverda. Episcopo moved across. Stolen by White. She's in. Varner will hold on as that was a great chance for Sydney White. Gets an offensive opportunity after some stellar defensive play on the forecheck.
Yikes, yeah, dangerous turnover there for the Warriors. White's able to almost get one. But luckily, goaltender's there to stop it. We'll take a look at the replay. Might have been off by a few seconds. Apologize for that.
I think for White, would you agree she's got to test the goaltender a little bit more there as this point shot from Shaw will be gloved up by Varner. Kind of shot it right into the breadbasket of the goaltender Varner there.
Absolutely. I think with that pressure, even though the puck was lost by Indiana Tech, that pressure from the defense there made it really a quick decision there for White. She had to get the shot off.
Face up, tied up on the near dot. Swooping in to grab it here is Genesee Williams. She'll speed up the near side. Is bodied by Shaw. They're able to move it around for Gregan. Out of the reach of Robinson, but Nellie Wood is there and banks it down ice. Icing waved here, so forced to play the puck is Lauren Junker. She's pressured. Puck bouncing off the apron of the goal. Recovered by Robinson. Dropping it off A long shot from Morris goes well wide. Checked into the boards here is Peyton Gilmore. Able to keep it in for the Bulldogs. Kenna Goodwin trying to slide through pressure there was Eagleson, but it's stolen away. Slick moves by Williams to break the puck out. Gets it deep. Genesee Williams, some really nice handles to be able to get her team a line change. Episcopo for Calverda. Intercepted by Amelia Smolinski, who got her first ACHA goal last weekend. This time Smolinski will ice the puck. Bulldogs unable to change with 12:49 left in the first period. Boy, that was a close call. I thought Smolinski may have gained center ice on the play.
It was very close. I was even shocked before the previous play that it wasn't deemed icing. But Bulldogs will get it here.
In the near corner, a scramble for the biscuit. Peterson rubbing a Warrior out along the wall. Able to come away with it. Slides for Smolinski, who has McCarroll on the near side boards. Centering pass for Peterson, broken up. This is spun around by Kuzminski, who we mentioned had a hat trick in the Warriors' last game against Concordia, Michigan. This is bounced off the wall by the captain, McCarroll. Regained by Foster, has Wiltshire up in her grill. Able to move it ahead for Juzak momentarily. Puck back with McCarroll now. Releases it backwards for Wiltshire, who's pinned to the wall. Taken by Kuzminski. Pass ahead is too far away from the tape of Haley Hutter. And now possession regained for the Bulldogs by Morris. Gives it to Villiard, who meets a roadblock in Yakachuk. Taryn Morris to skate it in, fires a shot. And that is held on to again by Izzy Varner, who's had a lot of work to do with the glove hand so far in this game. Has come up big so far. We'll take another look at the play.
Let's take a look at it here. Bulldogs able to gain the neutral zone. We'll see Morris skate across the blue line. It looks like a screenshot from the defenseman there. And Varner's able to glove it up again.
Smart play made by Morris to use that defender, as you said, as a screen to make the goaltender's sight line a little bit more difficult on the shot. Skated up ice by Villiard. She'll dish for Turnbull, one of our players to watch for this game. Had 2 goals in their last contest, a 6-0 win over Penn State. Villiard has the puck sticked away from her parent. Point, Shaw, bounces off the glove of Varner. Puck still loose. Villiard able to pounce on the loose biscuit. Smolinski finds Villiard again. Nice passing here from Adrian. Shaw stepping into a shot. That was broken up by Dakota Bowler, and the puck goes up and out of play. Stuck in the netting. As fans will try and grab a souvenir here.
It's a good shot. Good job, Josiah.
Our student director, Josiah Durrell, with a crispy shot of that puck over the glass. And that was one of our special needs athletes who helped drop the opening puck, as Pichet is going to have a chance here. It's covered up by Varner again. As I was saying, we had some of the special needs athletes that compete with some of the Adrian College athletes every week in the Blue Gym playing soccer as well as some other sports, and they were honored before the game, and now one of them has a souvenir as well.
Absolutely. My team has had the pleasure multiple times of spending those Sundays with the special athletes out here in the ice of the Arrington Ice Arena. It's been a really good time. Really great group of kids and a lot of good students.
Looks like a lot of fun. I've seen some of those games in progress. Looks like a great time.
Oh, it is a great time. Always a great time.
Meanwhile, Bulldogs going to work in the Warriors zone. Sydney White with the puck in tow, spins one on net. Varner couldn't pounce on as is knocked away by Pichet. Pichet back to the blue for Shaw. Long shot. Tipped in progress by Stitt. Couldn't quite direct it on frame.
A really good tip opportunity there for Ashlyn Stitt. Unable to find it, unfortunately. Bulldogs really increasing their chances of getting one here within the first half. We're just about halfway through this first period.
Burt forced to cover up thanks to the pressure of Michelle Borland, and Indiana Tech has an offensive zone draw. Currently being outshot 10-2 in this game, but it's felt a little bit more even than that. This is Riley Croson down low. Stolen away by Wood. Centering pass. Skipped away from Eagleson, who maybe would have been off to the races there. Wood on the far side. Puck takes an odd bounce. It'll get to Goodwin. Muscled on for Eagleson, has it stuck in her skates. This is taken by Croson. Sends one rink wide where it's found by Robinson, who will elevate into neutral territory. Warriors head off for a line change as Miranda goes back to grab the vulcanized rubber. This is Robinson. Bounced off the near board. Shot right back in now by the Warriors' Gilmore. Applying press is Kuzminski. Players dig in along the half wall. Both sides digging away. 9:15 to go in the first period. We're scoreless. ACHA Women's Division I Hockey. Adrian hosting Indiana Tech. Centering pass didn't connect. It came from Hutter. This is found at the point, elevated just wide of goal by Episcopo, and now it'll be skated out by Eagleson. She met a hitch as she tried to skate it forwards. Junker's able to find it with plenty of time and space. She'll skate forwards. Now turning back thanks to the pressure of Morris. This is elevated back on for Yakachuk. McCarroll will grab it behind her own cage. Spun right into the hands of Bowler, the Warriors' captain. Peterson can't find it. Still it's Bowler trying to work through traffic. Morris will gain possession. Feeds Forrester. This is off the boards and not able to be kept in by Calverda. Very close to doing so. Skating back along is Morris. Moves it in with the backhand. Peterson controlling below the goal line. Wiltshire had her stick lifted. Yakachuk moving it into the middle of the ice. Bowler will shoot in. I think this is going to be icing. Bowler did not gain that center ice red line. Another close one, but the referee at center was emphatic. Warriors can't get a change. How does that benefit Adrian as they're able to get fresh legs on the ice for this offensive zone draw?
Well, Bulldogs right now are really high up there in the shots on goal, 10-2. I would say here in this face-off, they should take advantage of it and try to get a quick shot off.
See if they can do just that. It'll be Villiard on the draw for Adrian. Gets it back quickly for Gregan. Sets up Shaw. Winds up a howitzer. Fanned on it. Went off the skate of Allison Green. Shaw will regroup for Adrian. Shaw able to evade a pass through for Turnbull, who has numbers. Sending one across. That's off the leg of the Indiana Tech defender, Emily Foster. Parent trying to center. Can't find Turnbull.
It's a good opportunity there for the Bulldogs. Villiard was wide open right in front in the slot. And
oh, my. Heavy collision here. Can we get another look at that one? My goodness. A race for this icing. We're going to see it again. This was a shot that we had earlier on in the game. What happened was there was a foot race back for the puck. It looked like the Indiana Tech player was going to get there first. As you see, the Warriors sent it down. Speeding in is Williams, and break down what happens here for us, Snyder.
It's a heavy collision there. Shaw, referee may have been a little late in the whistle, but it looks like Shaw's going to be going to the penalty box for that play. A really, really late call, about 30 seconds after they'd already lined up in the Indiana Tech defensive zone. She'll go down for 2 minutes. The Bulldogs are down on the kill now.
It's a late call, but I think it's the right call as Shaw really, hammered Williams into that end boards. Kind of a dangerous play, and it didn't look accidental. It looked like there was some intent there from Shaw. Nonetheless, the call is made. Indiana Tech with their first power play of the night after they were able to kill off the Bulldogs' player advantage. Episcopo's trying to center. Playing it to herself here is Michelle Borland. Tries the reverse. Stitz, the only one there for Adrian. Sends it the length of the ice here. 30 seconds in the books for this Indiana Tech power play as it's handled by Varner.
Another thing to mention about the Bulldogs is they do have a very aggressive penalty kill forecheck. Has allowed them to get a few shorthanded goals in the last few games that I have broadcasted here, and they should use that to their advantage for sure.
Yakachuk tried to put a move on the Adrian defense, lost the biscuit, cleared by Pichet. Junker behind the goal, almost halfway through the Indiana Tech power play that hasn't been able to gain much traction yet. Pedham Shand will drop it off. Yakachuk again. Shoots it by Forrester. Warriors give chase. Stolen by Pedam-Shant. She goes down. This is going to be a penalty against the Bulldogs. It'll be Callie Forrester. And now we're going to have 50 seconds of 5-on-3 time as we get another look at the penalty here, Niter.
Let's check this out. It looked a little bit of a late call to me. She fell a little late, but the stick of the Bulldogs player just got caught in the skate somehow. And like you said, Bulldogs down on 5-on-3.
Unfortunate for Forrester, stick in the wrong place at the right time, but did look like she tripped up Pedam-Shant pretty clearly there. Bulldogs with a big face-off win and able to clear here to start off the 5-on-3 that will commence for the next 40 seconds. Big opportunity for the Warriors here to break the ice in this game. Skating forwards, it's Williams. Pressured by Wood, drops it off for Bowler. Episcopo up top. Give and go for Borland. Episcopo the drive, and that's well wide to the left. McCarrow is there, just able to squeak the puck out on the backhand as Allison Shaw returns in 12 seconds. Goodwin will hammer it down ice. That'll just about do it for Indiana Tech's 5-on-3 time. Penalty kills for both teams looking sharp in the early goings. As Shaw returns, it's now just 5-on-4 for the next $5. Yakachuk skates into the O zone. Weaving by Shaw, walking in. Rang the right iron.
Wow, what a shot there for Yakachuk. Just right below the hash mark. Great shot, but thankfully Chloe Bird is thankful for her posts and doesn't go in.
Inches away for Yakachuk of making this a 1-0 game on the power play. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Good D by Shaw, who's able to tie up Junker and got a little bit of a late hack. Nonetheless, it's cleared down by Mackenzie Villiard. Maybe one last rush in the books here for Indiana Tech on the power play. Haven't really been able to get set up, but they had that premium chance on the rush for Yakachuk. Hit the right post. Still we're scoreless. Spinning this one forwards is Williams. Callie Forrester, about to come out of the box as the puck is rimmed around. Grabbed here by Episcopo. Parent able to break up her feed. And Forrester is back on the ice. Bulldogs kill off both penalties. Pretty impressive.
Tremendous penalty kill there, not even allowing a single shot on goal. That shot that rattled off the post does not count.
Here's Sydney White looking to the middle. Trying to get it out here is Episcopo. Now maybe a rush developing for Hutter. Can't get a clean shot off as that's great defense by Forrester. Warrior player takes a tumble. Left pad save is made by Burt. First shot we've seen for Indiana Tech in the last few minutes. Piche gets this one for Parent. Held in by Croson. Forster in the far corner. Rim play. She's got Sydney White. Plenty of room here. She'll move it to the far side where she wasn't aware that Parent was heading off for a change. Ashlyn Stitt hops onto the ice. Board battle ensues here. Sliding it over is Gilmore. Moving ahead, Croson. Rubbed out by Forrester. Stitt runs into a brick wall in the form of Croson. McCarrow, nice move. Walking in, left side circle, tried to go low blocker. Another great stop from Varner.
Great shot placement there for McCarrow, almost had one.
McCarrow trying to center. Had Wood out front. We've got 2:50 left in a first period that's flown by. Not a lot of whistles in this one so far. Back and forth action. Shaw turning on the brakes, lifts it by a Warrior. Sent back up the other way. Here's Izzy Pedam-Shant. Pedam-Shant can't drive by Gregan. This is a beautiful saucer from Wood onto the stick of McCarrow. Trying to stay with the play is the captain. Gregan will find it. Up ice for Wiltshire. That's cut off well by Junker. Mackenzie Villiard trying to weave through. She's taken down. No arm up in the air. Eagleson behind the net. Wiltshire trying to direct it onwards. This is taken away. Maybe a break here. Kira Eagleson from the right side. She takes a hack, slides hard into the boards. Thankfully looks to be okay, but we have another Bulldog power play coming up.
A really good opportunity there for Eagleson. Really utilized the speed within the neutral zone. We'll get a little replay at it here. is ultimately taken down. And that will be a penalty.
Textbook slashing call made against Lauren Junker. Bulldogs get their second chance tonight on the power play.
I have a feeling we're going to see quite a few penalties, especially with this rivalry tonight. Things tend to get emotional out there sometimes.
I think when both teams are playing hard as well, penalties are a byproduct of that.
Absolutely.
Adrian wins the face-off. Stitt, near side. Forrester sent down away from the tape of Turnbull. Episcopo content to hold this puck to the end boards. It's eventually pried free as she's still engaged with Turnbull. Mackenzie Villiard hustling to get there. This is found, trying to shoot it out are the Warriors. That's kept in momentarily by Forster. Now Borland will clear, 30 seconds into Adrian's power play. What does this Bulldog power play unit need to do to get on the scoreboard?
Last weekend against Penn State, they did a very good job of taking the goaltender's eyes away and just having that net front presence. That's one of the biggest factors into how this Bulldog team is going to score, as we see that almost happen right there.
Puck bounces towards the goal. It's covered up by Varner. We've got 1 minute and 17 seconds left in this first period.
Varner also looking very strong in her crease so far, 11 for 11. 11 saves, 11 shots. It's going to be a tough goalie to beat.
Allison Shaw slid for Pichet. Open space for Sydney White. Uncorks a shot off the right pad of Varner. Minute left in Adrian's power play. Shaw, long shot tipped in front. They score! Haley Wiltshire.
Well, Calvin, that's it right there. The net front presence. Nice tip from Haley Wiltshire. We're going to replay in just a moment here.
Wiltshire, her team leading 11th goal of the season here on the tip from the initial shot from Shaw.
Just that outstanding net front presence, able to take away Varner's eyes. Just like that. Bulldogs are up 1-0.
Just a team goal on the power play from Adrian College. Talked about taking away the eyes of the goaltender. They did just that, and tough save to make when you've got traffic, and then a big redirect from Wiltshire on the play.
Absolutely. Those are the trickiest saves to make.
Haley Wiltshire, the junior from Calgary, Alberta, gets the Bulldogs on the board here with 45 seconds left in the first. Adrian up 1-0 here on their home ice. Number 3 ranked Bulldogs in a big matchup against the number 9 ranked Indiana Tech Warriors. Scrum here on the far boards. Villiard's taken down. Miranda without her helmet. Just a lot of carnage there after that board battle on the far side. How did Miranda's helmet pop off?
I wish I saw it. It was maybe behind. We'll get a replay here, it looks like. Let's check it out. Villiard's knocked to the ice, and I believe maybe Villiard's stick came down and just pulled Miranda's helmet off. Kind of a funny play there, but good to see Miranda's all right. Surviving without her bucket for a few seconds.
28 seconds left on the clock before the intermission. This puck is sent out by Taryn Morris. Race for it. Parent will spear it on. Trying to get away from pressure is Maddie Beek. Open space for Hutter. Final 10 seconds of the first. Bulldogs up 1-0. If you're just joining us, it was Haley Wiltshire redirected an Allison Shaw shot on the power play, and that will carry the Bulldogs into this first intermission with a 1-0 lead. Strong start for Adrian College, outshooting Indiana Tech by a margin of 13-3, as Calvin Keys and Dylan Knighton will join you up here in the booth. Exciting first period, not a lot of whistles, back and forth, exciting action from both sides.
Definitely, and it's still very close. We saw a really good play there from Wiltshire, able to make that deflection in on that power play goal, and that's what the Bulldogs are going to need to continue to do in order to score against Varner.
Absolutely. I think even though Adrian has a 1-0 lead going into this first intermission, I think you could argue Indiana Tech's goaltender Izzy Varner has been the most impressive performer so far 20 minutes into the game.
Absolutely. Definitely earlier before, great breakaway save. Nice glove save, and I believe it was off of Sydney White, turnover around the hash marks right in front of the crease, and did a really good job of reacting to that situation.
if Indiana Tech wants to have success in this game, how important is it going to be for them to get their special teams rolling, especially that power play?
Well, I feel they're definitely going to need to get a lot more pucks on net and try to keep it low. Try to keep it low and try to find the sticks in front, and that'll probably ultimately lead them to getting one past Burt.
Absolutely. Heading out of this first, the shots are 13-3 in Adrian's favor. I feel like that's a little bit deceiving. Do you think Indiana Tech got a lot of offensive zone time, just maybe struggled to create some of those shots on goal?
Definitely. I think they struggled to get pucks on net for sure. Right off the hop, after the opening faceoff, they did a really good job of establishing their forecheck and getting it right into the Bulldogs' defensive zone. And I think if they come out in the second period with more of that mindset and mentality, like, hey, let's go and rush right away, then they'll increase their chances of scoring for sure.
Absolutely. Well, 20 minutes into this one, Adrian College leads 1-0 over Indiana Tech in ACHA Women's Division I hockey action. Haley Wiltshire, the junior from Calgary, Alberta, gets the opening goal on the power play off a tip-in from the initial shot from Allison Shaw. Calvin Keys, Dylan Niter, the rest of our crew here with you from Arrington Ice Arena. We'll be back with the second period of play after these messages. Stay with us here on Adrian College Television.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. ACHA Women's Division I Ice Hockey. Number 3, Adrian. Number 9, Indiana Tech. And welcome back inside the broadcast booth, folks. I'm Calvin Keys. That's Dylan Knighton, ACHA Division I goaltender. And the score stands 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Thanks to Haley Wiltshire, tipped the puck in on the power play. What led to that goal, Nighter?
As I said before, just that net front presence the Bulldogs have been keeping or allowing them to score, and they need to continue to do so in order to generate more offense, more opportunities in front. The more they can get into the house, the better it's going to be for them in the end. Absolutely.
Well, we're just awaiting this second period puck drop, and Indiana Tech had a couple of chances in that first as well. The best one was when Megan Yakachuk rang the right post on the power play. Take us through what happened on that play.
It's just a good play, low, I believe below the hash mark, right in front of Burt. It was turned over, and I believe it was turned over. And just a quick shot, just a little bit too far right. Otherwise, it may have been a goal, who knows. But Burt was there also, nonetheless. So, good opportunity there for Indiana Tech. Didn't count as a shot on goal, but we'll see what they can generate within the second period.
Certainly. What do you think the Warriors need to do to get a puck past Chloe Burt in this second frame?
It's definitely just to keep shooting as much as they can, get everything they can on net. A lot more so than they did the first period. So far, they're only at 3 shots on goal. I'd like to see them generate a little bit more offense and be a little bit more aggressive in the Bulldogs' defensive zone.
20 minutes back up on the clock, and a quick shot there from McCarrow. Another right pad save made by Izzy Varner, who's been great so far in this game. McCarrow will dig it free. Up top for Shaw, who had the assist on the lone goal. Tipped in front from her knees. It's Wiltshire. Man, she really has a knack for redirecting the biscuit. Varner will make another save in tight. Borland sends it off the window, and this is controlled by Green. Makes a move to get by Shaw. Puck too far in front of her. It's stolen away by Stitt. Man, another really good tip opportunity for Wiltshire early on in this period.
Yeah, I don't believe Varner saw it all the way through. It might have caught her a little bit off guard as we see Bill Jones knocked to the ice. He's chuckling a little bit about it.
That looked painful. As a former referee, you're not wearing any equipment on your rear end, so that hurts your tailbone pretty bad when you go down like that. See if we can get another look there at the play on the near wall. Next whistle. Looks like both parties are okay. That's the important thing.
He was having a little laugh about it. It was pretty funny to see the refs all happy out there. It's not always that happy, but
Stitt unable to get the puck past Gilmore. It's forced out to the neutral zone where Morris will shoot it rink wide. Tangled up with Pedham Shan behind the play. Pass is once again intercepted by Peyton Gilmore. She's able to move it out where the Bulldogs will look to regroup. This one sent down low. Forster has it. Pair of Warriors collide with one another as Forster able to move it up for White, plays it around the board. Stitt will give chase, bearing down on Beek. Pichet on the near boards, can't find it. This one is forced forwards by Maddie Beek, up for Pedham Shand. Missed the net wide to the right, and we'll get a whistle here as Chloe Burt will cover up. This was a look at one of the plays a moment ago. Nice point shot and great redirect from Wiltshire.
It's good played. Dogs are going to have to definitely double down and try to keep making those plays.
Great chance out front there for Kuzminski, and an even better defensive play made by Turnbull, who tied up her stick as she was going to have a shot in a high danger area in that slot. Miranda in the near corner, looking up ice, unable to move it by Kuzminski, but now it's taken up by Mackenzie Villiard. Break developing for the Bulldogs. It's Villiard from a hard angle, sticked aside well by Varner.
A great effort there for Mackenzie Villiard to get it just over the blue line.
Oh, and they score! Kenna Goodwin from the point. That one sneaks by Izzy Varner.
Wow, what a shot there from Goodwin. She's all happy about it. I don't think anybody expected that to go in. We'll take another look at it. Doesn't look like Varner saw it all the way through, and that's what's so confusing about it. I don't think Goodwin even realized it ended up in the back of the net, but honestly, I think that play starts with Mackenzie Villiard getting it out of their own defensive zone. Just a really good play up the wall, and it got eventually played out to Kenna Goodwin getting that one at the point, and a great goal. Dogs up 2-0.
This will be icing against Adrian. Kenna Goodwin, the senior from Quebec City, her first goal of the season. Big moment for her. And Goodwin able to make it a 2-0 advantage for the Bulldogs, as both of the goals we've seen in this game have come from shots from the point through traffic. That one snuck by Varner. Do you think there was a deflection on that? We'll get back to that in a second. Meanwhile, it's Parents on the break, kicked out by Izzy Varner.
Going back to what you said earlier, Calvin, I'm not sure if there was a deflection on that. I don't think Varner saw it all the way through. It was just an odd angle. Shot went up really high and ended up in the back of her net.
Gregan looking for Villiard. Pass broken up. Finally, it's cleared out here by Junker. Bowler moving it to the near side of the rink to Pedham Shand. Shots are 17-3 in favor of Adrian. Warriors have not gotten a shot yet, about 3:20 into this second period. Bulldogs coming out of the gates hot out of the first intermission. Here's a rush, walking in. Eagleson sneaks through the 5-hole. They score.
Wow, great patience there from Kira Eagleson. Let's take a look at that replay. Opts not to pass it, and it ended up working in her favor. Bulldogs just utilized their speed right at the hash mark. Good patience. I believe, sneaks through the 5-hole of Varner. Just like that, 3 unanswered goals for the Bulldogs, and it looks like Indiana Tech's going to be taking a timeout here.
The junior from Cobourg, Ontario, Kira Eagleson, has her 5th goal of the year, and it's all Adrian right now. The Dogs are rolling. You were wondering if the Warriors were going to get things cleaned up in the break, and I think we're going to get a goaltending change here. Wow.
Looks like.
Ashton Bertiome heading in to replace Izzy Varner. I thought she's been good in this game. The first 2 goals really were not her fault. You had a tip and then a shot that kind of just had a weird trajectory behind it. That's probably a goal she would like to have back, the last one we just saw. Absolutely.
As we always talk about, as a goaltender myself, I feel that pain. Just a couple of odd bounces, odd shots, and a 2-on-1 where the puck just trickles from beneath you, and it just feels like everything's collapsing at once. And I think Indiana Tech here just needs to stop the bleeding here for a little bit without making that goaltending change. Just a couple of unfortunate bounces for Varner. I don't think it's on her at all.
Certainly not, but nonetheless, the Warriors will make a goaltending change, sending in Ashton Bertiome in between the pipes here, just under 4 minutes into the second period. If you're just joining us, we've got goals from Haley Wiltshire, Kenna Goodwin with her first of the season, and then most recently, Kira Eagleson scores, shooting it herself on the 2-on-1, trickles through the 5-hole of Varner. Warriors send in a new netminder as they're being shelled, outshot 18-3 in this game so far. Indiana Tech will shoot at the length of the ice. Icing negated as Burt came out of the goal to play it. Forster pass away from Taylor Robinson. This one goes all the way down, and now it will be icing against Adrian as Junker touches up. Can we get another look at that last goal, perhaps, coming from Eagleson? Here's a look at the rush. It was Robinson on the far side. You wonder if maybe Varner's expecting Eagleson to go across the ice there with the pass.
I believe so, but I believe Indiana Tech's defense there did a great job of back-checking and took away that option. And unfortunately for Varner, just went 5-hole. Just a weird squeaker that went through. Good rush, though, for the Bulldogs nonetheless.
And a great pass here that leads Taylor Robinson, who's outnumbered. She'll just deal it in deep and head off to the bench.
Maybe a little tired there after that icing call. Maybe caught up there for a few minutes too much.
My goodness. That was a body check from Haley Wiltshire. She's going to go to the box because of it, I believe.
It will be 21 in white. Haley Wiltshire, excuse me.
Body checking is the call from Bill Jones. Here we go. Goodness.
Good physicality, though.
Just not allowed in the women's game, unfortunately. I know you and I both want to see hitting allowed in women's hockey, but for now, that is a penalty. What a pass. What a save by Burt.
Wow.
She shuts down Green.
Right off the rip. Warriors definitely need to take advantage of more of those opportunities for sure, as that one was a really good opportunity for them.
4 seconds into the power play, Allison Green, the recipient of a backhand saucer. Burt slides across to swallow it up. Here's Genesee Williams, back over Borland, right through the wheelhouse, strike one. Sent around by the captain, McCarrow. Shaw is there, trying to work it out, but it's kept in by Green. Episcopo will give and then get it back. Far side Borland, again, fans on the one-time attempt. This nearly skipped out over the blade of Episcopo. She keeps it in. It's handled by Green, troubled by McCarrow. They get it over from Michelle Borland, a long shot, and Chloe Burt able to see it and hang on.
It was a really good effort there for Ashley Episcopo to keep it in the blue line, and Warriors did get a really good chance there, but Burt's able to glove that one up and shut the door. Just about 40 seconds into this power play for the Warriors.
Minute 21 left in Indiana Tech's power play, where they've been able to generate a couple of chances so far. This one cleared down by Morris. White will give chase, hot on Junker's tail. Hutter comes together with Morris. It skips back towards White, who lost it. Now back with Sydney White. She'll chop it ahead and kill some more time. We're over halfway through the Indiana Tech power play. This is controlled by Lauren Yonker behind the net. Yakachuk has had Indiana Tech's best chance so far in this game. Rang the right post in the first period. This is skated on by Haley Hutter behind the goal. Takes a shove from Forrester. Pedham Shand pinned to the end wall. 30 seconds before Wiltshire is done serving her body checking minor.
Good pressure there from Forrester. I believe this is Morris tying up one of the players. One of the Warriors players is on the ice currently. And we will get a stoppage in play.
We're going to get a whistle, as you said, with the puck going nowhere. What do you think goes into the judgment call there from the officials? Because they always have the opportunity to blow the whistle if they lose sight of the puck. Why do you think they blew it dead on that occasion?
I really think it depends on the referee and how much they're willing to let the players play, essentially. And I'm really not sure what keeps what forces referees to blow the whistle there, because sometimes it goes on longer than it should in some sequences. And I don't know. It's interesting. Something to look into for sure.
Forrester able to play it out. 8 seconds left here. And what looks to be another unsuccessful Indiana Tech power play. The penalty kill stays perfect for Adrian in this game. It's moved on for Stitt. Has a speeding Wiltshire out of the box. Can she find her? Pass deflected through the legs of Wiltshire. She was heading to the bench. Borland's able to direct it on. Goodwin had the second goal of this game, able to grab the puck. 12:45 to go in the second period. Calvin Keys, Dylan Knighton here on ACTV. ACHA Women's Division I, number 3 ranked Bulldogs up 3-0 against number 9 Indiana Tech. This is sticked away. Eagleson looking for number 2, gives a poke in on the glove of Bertie Ohm, and drew a little cross check from Juzak in the aftermath. Can't really poke the goaltender in a scenario like that.
Important to note, Eagleson is out there for blood. Definitely been very aggressive on their forecheck so far in this game, and was able to work in her favor for, as we saw, the third goal scored earlier. And Bulldogs need to continue that to keep getting up in this game.
Quick face-off when Robinson sent the shot well wide. This is banked out by Hutter. Eagleson slamming it over for Miranda. Shoots it back for Junker. Warriors move it up ice. This is deflected by Eagleson. Miranda lost the handle momentarily. She'll go over for Goodwin. Centering pass is angled on by Wood. 8 minutes into the second period, scores 3-0 for Adrian. Shots 18-5 in the Bulldogs' favor. what has been a bit of a slow start to the second for Indiana Tech. Gilmore shot it right back to Miranda, who's bumped by Pedham Shand. Bulldogs send it down, and icing the call against Adrian. Line change is prevented for the Bulldogs. Face-off will come back and their end. And we've got a penalty here against Indiana Tech for an elbow. That was the hit from Izzy Pedham Shand on Gianna Miranda on the near wall.
Interesting moment there is there wasn't icing on that call, but then there was a penalty called, so the power play, or excuse me, the face-off goes back to the Indiana Tech defensive zone. Not a play you really see, or like a call you see happen that often. It's quite interesting. It's something that just intrigued me.
Another powered play for Adrian. They've already struck once. Wiltshire had the first goal of this game on the PP. McCarrow trying to center loose for Wiltshire. Save made by Bertiome. And another blocker stop made by the Warrior netminder, that time on Macy Pichet.
Good shot from Pichet. I believe goaltender did see a piece of that, or did get a piece of that.
Episcopo battling for it. McCarrow able to come away with the puck. Gives, gets back from Shaw, steps into a wrister, puck's loose. Bertiome made the initial stop, couldn't corral the rebound, emerges unscathed. Minute 15 left on Adrian's power play as it's Pichet up north, feeds it south for White. Wiltshire stolen by Borland, who is just able to backhand it out. Penalty kill will change quickly for Indiana Tech. Pass away from Pichet. Episcopo shot down. First one in is the Warriors' Allison Green. Has it stolen away quickly by Mackenzie Villiard. Here's Turnbull on the rush. Tyler Turnbull turns backwards quickly. Good drop feed for Stitt. Walking in off the shin pad of Green. Good shot block from the Indiana Tech forward here on the penalty kill. 35 seconds left on the Bulldogs' power play. They find Forster at the blue. Stitt near side. Rink wide, it's Villiard from the top of the circle. Pass went through the legs of Turnbull. Stitt knocked back for Rhea Peterson. Miscommunication. This is taken by Maddie Beek. Just able to get it clear. Forster couldn't keep it in. Izzy Pedham Shand back in 10 seconds. Villiard stumbles, gets it to Forrester. A high howitzer as well wide. Sent off the right pad of Bertiome, and the Warriors able to kill off this penalty.
That power play, Bulldogs did a really good job of collecting those rebounds and just keep firing. They're just so aggressive and looking so great offensively.
Forrester stretch feed, and all alone. Taylor Robinson, top shelf. 4-0 Dogs.
Wow, what a stretch pass there. We'll get another look at that in just a moment here. Taylor Robinson. The top shelf snipe. Good stretch pass made through the neutral zone for Forrester, and a great shot there from Taylor Robinson. Bulldogs up 4-0.
Great shot from Robinson. Great shot from our cameraman, Josiah Durrell, as well.
Absolutely. Shout out to Josiah Durrell. Potentially maybe one of the last games he's working here at Adrian College, too.
Don't even bring that up. I'm going to get sentimental. Robinson, the sophomore from Lloydminster, Alberta, with her third of the year on the breakaway. Did you see who that pass came from? That feed was right on the money, directly on the tape of Robinson.
I believe it was Callie Forrester.
What a feed by Forrester. That was impressive. This is tipped in front. Burt challenged, and now we've got a scrum. Tempers flaring around the blue paint.
See some fans cheering on the Bulldogs in that scrum.
Knocked over there was Kaylee Croson. There's going to be some penalties out of this. Burt covered it up on the tip. Great chance for Indiana Tech. Let's get another look at this as we've got a Bulldog going to the box. It's going to be Amelia Smolinski. 2 minutes for cross-checking as the lone penalty. Indiana Tech's going to go to the power play. I just saw just a free-for-all around the net. Got to protect your goaltender. I think there was a late poke at the goaltender's glove. Adrian head coach Carter Clark not happy that his team is the only one penalized.
Absolutely, and not to mention that was a great deflection in front by Indiana Tech, almost leading to a goal, but Burt there to shut the door.
Another quick shot that Burt will use the waffle board to save. Bulldogs clear. Again, it's Amelia Smolinski. 2 minutes for a cross check. Indiana Tech, another chance to try and get their scoring going on the evening. They trail 4-0. Bulldogs get goals from Wiltshire, Goodwin, Eagleson, and Robinson.
Right there, Peterson and McCarrow, good example of that penalty kill forecheck I was talking about earlier.
Pedham Shan couldn't get everything behind that one. Burt will get over to cover with 1:28 left on Indiana Tech's power play. Face-off coming up in the Bulldog zone. This affair's been a little bit more one-sided so far than we expected, Nider.
Yeah, definitely. I think Indiana Tech, though, definitely getting close to scoring here. I think for them, they need to take advantage of this power play opportunity. 1:20 remaining for them.
Sent around the boards by the goaltender, Bertie Ohm. Has to hurry to get back to the net as Villiard will spin one across here on the penalty kill. Taking it up ice is Haley Murray. Murray will weave forwards up the near side, cuts in, lets a shot go. Ramped off the stick of Shaw and well over the net. Parents will take the safe route, shooting it down ice.
Bulldogs have looked really good on the penalty kill so far. Doing a very good job of getting pucks deep. The hockey cliche, get pucks deep, but it's working for the Bulldogs.
It's a cliche for a reason, right?
Because it's true.
People didn't just come up with it out of nowhere. It's actually something that's effective, but not as fun. Oh boy, Parent, I don't think she saw how much open ice she had when she whacked it down ice. Bertie Ohm going on an adventure, sent it right off the shin pad of Parent. I'd like to get another look at that one in a second. That was something else.
I bet she's thanking her lucky stars for that.
Oh my.
Just wide of her left post there.
That one, yeah, Bertie Ohm almost got into trouble there. She tried to play it. I was interested. Parent would have had a breakaway there, but she knocked it down ice. Nonetheless, Bulldogs kill off the penalty. Smolinski back on the ice. Score remains 4-0. Shot block in tight from Pichet. No one knows where the puck is. It's on edge. Bertie Ohm is going to head back out again. It's stolen by White. In front for Pichet. Can't get the shot off. It's loose. They score. Pichet roofs it. It's 5-0 Adrian.
Wow, not your typical goal-scoring sequence there, but Macy Pichet is able to finish on that one. Let's take another look here.
Goodness, you would think Bertie Ohm would have stayed in the net after the previous play.
A good forecheck, couple rebounds, and Pichet is able to hit that one home. Bulldogs up 5-0.
Dominant performance so far, especially in this second period, where we have seen 4 goals with still 6:40 to play. That was Pichet with a big one. Shaw doing a good job to shield the puck here. She'll look to center. That one didn't get towards the net. That was Macy Pichet, her 7th goal of the season. 4th on the team in points is the center, one of the top playmakers on this team, returning from last year. She's a sophomore from Capus Casing, Ontario. Ontario, a heavy recruiting hub for head coach Carter Clark. A lot of Canadians on this team, especially Ontarians and Albertans.
A lot of Canadians at Adrian College in general. Lots on my team, lots on our men's NCAA team. We're going to take a look at another replay here of Bertie Ohm coming out of the cage. It's on the backhand.
Didn't miss
really
by much.
Close call there.
That would have been like a soccer goal because that was basically kicked forward by Parent. Eagleson centered for Wood. Puck loose. Bertie Ohm able to clear. As you have to imagine, the message from Indiana Tech's head coach Scott Hicks to his goaltender is, let's stay in the net here unless we've got plenty of time, because we've seen Bertie Ohm on a couple of occasions go way out of the goal. Second time it sort of cost her. She was a little bit out of position when Pichet made the finish.
As for myself, too, that's a goaltender's worst nightmare. You come out of the cage to play it, and it ends up in the back of your net. you're caught way out of position. It's unfortunate, but it does happen sometimes.
Good keep in by Goodwin. Wood spins it towards goal. Ashton Bertiome able to cover up this time. What do you think has led to Adrian's offensive explosion in this second period, Nider?
I'm going to keep hammering it. I'm going to say their forecheck has just been excellent. Their forecheck has been absolutely excellent. It has been relentless. They're always the first team to win puck battles, and they've just been really taking advantage of Indiana Tech's mistakes, and all of those things kind of combined together are contributing to their success.
Certainly. We'll retry this puck drop again. This time play will continue. Got a board battle. Pretty good crowd in attendance. Didn't know with the tail end of exam week on a Thursday night what kind of atmosphere we would see, but the fans bringing it here at the Arrington.
I think things are definitely starting to let up. I know a lot of my friends here at Adrian College are finishing up their exams and everything, and everything's coming to a close. And I think some students here are definitely looking to let loose and enjoy some hockey tonight. So why not?
The Bulldogs have put on a show for them, that's for sure. Billiard wins it cleanly for Smolinski. Long shot, Bertiome. Nice save with the catching mitt.
Good alertness there for her. Quick shot, those quick shots. We'll take a look at that replay of the quick shot.
This time the Warriors will win it back for Junker. She's skating it out of her own territory, finds Borland. Angled off by Smolinski, will just lift it down low. Goodwin comes together with Sophie Kuzminski, who we expected to be an offensive contributor on a large scale for this Indiana Tech team, but has been pretty quiet. Sent around the boards. Foot race there. Getting there first was Peyton Gilmore. She's pinned to the boards. 4:40 to go in the second period. Goals in this game so far have come from Haley Wiltshire, Kenna Goodwin, Kira Eagleson, Taylor Robinson, and Macy Pichet most recently. 4 of those 5 goals in this second period. Have to imagine we're going to see a whistle here, but we won't. Billiard finally pries it loose. Smolinski trying to force the puck out. It's stolen by Borland. No one in the slot to corral that feed. Parents has it taken away by Gilmore. Around the wall, Bowler trying to keep it in. This is Billiard up for Turnbull. Nice centering feed. Parent couldn't handle it. Spun back ahead now by Croson. Caught in the equipment of Turnbull momentarily. Smolinski looking for McCarroll on the far side. Bounced over her stick. This will be icing again against Adrian with 3:50 left in this second period. I think at times, especially last season, we saw stretches where Adrian struggled to connect passing-wise. Their passing's been pretty incredible in this game.
It's been excellent. That's a big factor, too. Their chemistry is so deep this season, and they're just looking really good in the offensive zone, whether it's puck movement back to the point, finding the open points, getting the shot from the point, and it's really just worked out in their favor.
Sharing the wealth here in this game. Off the back of McCarroll's leg is that saucer feed. Another board battle ensues. Turnbull emerges with the puck, walks in, fires, blockered away by Ashton Bertiome, and we've got a high stick signaled here. See what happens. I think this is just going to be a face-off in the Warrior zone after the high stick.
I believe so.
All signs point to that conclusion. Peterson trying to claw one back, speeding through to grab it is Croson. She's pinned to the boards, but Warriors can muscle it out. Taryn Morris on the regroup. Forster tried to send it back, stolen. Walking in was Kaylee Croson, stonewalled by Burt as she was knocked over by Taryn Morris.
Very similar turnover to what we saw the first period, but the teams were flip-flopped. It was against Indiana Tech in the first period there.
Puck sneaks in, that's number 6. A touchdown for the Bulldogs. Don't know who they'll credit that one to. It's been a tough night for goaltending for the Warriors. That one goes off the back of Bertiome.
I have to take a look at that replay to see exactly what happened. Just an odd bounce in front, and I believe that's Peterson will get the goal on that. I'm not sure, but
I think it's Callie Forster because she spun it into the middle. It ramped up in the air. I think it went off a Warrior defenseman and then snuck by Birdie Ohm. Kind of just an odd bounce, so I don't know if you can blame the goaltender on that one. That was just downright strange.
Definitely a lot of strange bounces going on. Must be the ice.
Forster, I think she's going to get credited with her first goal of the season, and that would be the first of her career for the freshman from Alliston, Ontario. So I think that's the first career goal, Nighter. Not the way she was probably dreaming it up, but it still counts on the stat sheet nonetheless.
Well, we'll find out in a moment here. It's our PA announcer.
I think they give it to Forster, but we'll see what our PA announcer, Goose Van Giesen, says. We'll have to find out. Stay with us here to figure out the thrilling announcement, whether Forster got her first career goal. 2 minutes left in this second period. Pass snapped forwards for Macy Pichet, who already has one goal in this game. Pichet on the near wall opens up, fires, and that is vacuumed by Birdie Ohm, who has to look behind her as that puck snuck through. Boy, maybe a little bit of Crisco. Bulldogs greased up that puck a little bit before the second period started, and it seems a little bit slippery for the Indiana Tech netminders.
Slipping through, and we talked about earlier those odd bounces that have just been occurring. It's always interesting. Hockey's a game of bounces, you know. It's just one of those things.
Miranda's shot deflected low. Pichet's centering feed stick to side, but it finds Stitt, went off the backside of her teammate, Sydney White. They will give the goal to Forster, so I was right. There you go.
Wow. I couldn't tell through all the players that were in front of the net there.
Well, she played it out front. It caromed around, but it looked like she was the last Bulldog to touch it, so it will be credited as her goal.
Good observation.
Borland can't find the puck. You know, you got to have a good eye if you're up here in the booth describing the action. It's kind of a prerequisite.
It is.
It's like Math 101. You got to take Math 101 before you can take Math 201. In the same ilk, got to have good vision if you want to be a good broadcaster, which I'm not saying I am, but at least I have good vision. That's one of the only things I have going for me.
That's why there's two of us up here.
There you go. Many hands make light work. We've got a whistle here with a even minute left in the period. And looks like the draw is going to go on the Bulldog end, which I am confused by because I thought it was offsides against the Warriors.
Maybe the puck went out of play. I'm confused as well.
This is knocked forward by Indiana Tech. We were too busy talking about optometry to look at the play. Croson, point shot, deflects off the skate of Wood with 45 to go on the clock. Smolinski hammering it for Forster, able to escape the press. Callie Forster with her first career goal. We've got 2 first goals of the season. Forster looking for number 2. Turned aside by Birdie, and we've got a heavy collision and a Bulldog penalty upcoming.
I believe that will be called against Forster.
And I think she took down Emily Foster there on the play. Thankfully, she's all right. Heavy collision. Looked pretty accidental. It's going to be interference against Forster as we look at the rush once more. Goodness. Just a lot of speed, velocity. Yeah, that's a bit of a cross-check there from Forster, I'd say. Forster forces Foster into the boards.
Interesting coincidence there, Calvin. 25 seconds remaining.
It's got to be a quick face-off win and a quick shot for the Warriors here. That's what they'll dial up. Burt can cover. Late whack from Pedham Shand after the shot came in from Yonker. 20 seconds to go here. Another Indiana Tech power play where they've been blanked so far. If you would have told me this would be a 6-0 hockey game after 40 minutes, I would have been pretty surprised because this is the same number that the Bulldogs put up against a team in Penn State who's not nearly as good as this Indiana Tech squad, and we've still got 20-plus minutes left to go. Speaks to their strong performance today. Yakachuk will send it in, and that should just about do it for the period. 40 minutes in the books, the score 6-0 as we get some big goals, scoring explosion in this second frame. Went into this second period with the score 1-0 thanks to Haley Wiltshire, And then in this second period, as I mentioned, you got Kenna Goodwin getting on the board, followed by Kira Eagleson. Taylor Robinson, Macy Pichet, Callie Forrester. I feel like everyone padding their stats here today in this second period with the scoring explosion that happened, and it was an odd bounce, but nonetheless, Forrester with her first ACHA goal, so big day for her.
Yeah, congratulations, Callie Forrester. Like we said earlier, maybe not the way she necessarily planned it to go in, but it just happened so that it was off of her stick, and a couple of weird bounces that we've seen throughout this whole game. And yeah, congratulations to her, 100%.
Yeah, certainly. Whole Bulldog women's hockey team rolling after 40 minutes of play. Shots are 26-12 in favor of Adrian. They're playing great. Any thoughts here as we head into the third period?
Just that offensive dominance from the Bulldogs, doing a really great job of, getting the puck on net, getting the rebounds, and just they're doing their job. There's nothing I can say negative about the Bulldogs. And the penalty kill on the other side of things, they're looking really good as well, just taking lots of pride in, getting the pucks deep. As the cliche we talked about earlier, they're doing a really good job all around, so all power to them.
Absolutely. Strong second period lifts the Bulldogs to a 6-goal advantage going into the third. We will be back with the final 20 minutes of play after these messages on ACTV. Stay with us for the remainder of our coverage as the number 3 ranked Adrian Bulldogs look to keep rolling into these final 20.
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens, we're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena for the start of this third period between the Adrian College Bulldogs and the Indiana Tech Warriors. 20 more minutes back up on the clock as we start this third frame. Calvin Keys alongside Dylan Knighton. This puck's shot in from distance by the Warriors, turned aside by Adrian. They lead 6-0. We saw a Bulldog blitz in the second frame. Break it down for us, Snyder. How did we get here?
Just a lot of great capitalization on a lot of offensive chances for the Bulldogs, and just like that, really high-scoring second period, 5 goals after 1-0 in the first. I didn't think we'd end up at this point, but here we are in the third, just at the beginning, and Bulldogs got the 6-0 lead on Indiana Tech Warriors.
It was 1-0 after 20, now 6-0 after 40. Shots 26-12 in favor of Adrian, and we've got 6 different goal scorers for the Dogs.
The Dogs.
Could call it a bit of a dog pound the way that Adrian has beat up on Indiana Tech so far in this game. How can the Warriors respond? Maybe you're not going to come back from a 6-goal deficit, but you can certainly gain some momentum and start to feel a little bit better about your game carrying into tomorrow's matchup in Fort Wayne.
Definitely. I think they just need to focus on doing the right things and try to generate something here offensively. So we're kind of seeing some puck movement going on now. A couple good opportunities. That puck sails right over the crossbar.
Yeah, you mentioned this is probably the best power play we've seen from Indiana Tech so far in this game. Good chance for Yonker there. Forrester will head out of the box after serving her interference minor. We are back to 5-a-side. This is picked off by Wood. Headed in. Bertiome reaching after it. Finally will cover as a couple of the players down on the ice. 18-12 to go in this third period. Calvin Keys, Dylan Knighton, the rest of our crew, our cameraman Josiah Durrell, and our director Dakota Schneider, accompanied by his sidekick Aubrey tonight.
Shout out to our crew. Wow, what a crew tonight.
It's an all-ATO crew behind the scenes today, one of the fraternities here on campus. Heavy representation at ACTV. Myself and Snyder are not affiliated with the fraternity on campus.
This is true.
But a lot of towels up here in the booth today.
It's a good way to put it. A lot of towels.
A lot of towels. T-A-U-S. Stitt trying to move it up the wall. It's found by Sydney White. She'll speed through the neutral zone, able to move forward, and that's a good defensive stick from Episcopo to deflect it away. Pichet still battling to keep it in. Shaw has it at the blue. She'll airmail it down for Stitt. Stitt tripped up Episcopo. Surprised we didn't see a tripping call on that play. Episcopo slow to get up. Hope she's all right. Still looking a bit hobbled out there on the ice.
It's an odd play into that corner over there. Just, she looks to be okay, though.
Grossen sends it down. This is Shaw trying to get it out. Took an odd bounce off a Warrior. They will steer it on for Stitt. Stitt has numbers with her, trying to center for Peterson. And I think they're going to say the Bulldogs went off sides at the line.
A little bit of a late call there to me. They were just at the top of the circles, and the linesman decided to blow the whistle, but nonetheless, the faceoff will go back to the neutral zone.
Kicked back off the draw by Megan Yakachuk. This is found by Goodwin. Had a goal in the second period, her first of the season. Smolinski to skate back for the puck. Wiltshire passes behind McCarrow. This should be icing against Adrian. It will be. You know, we mentioned it already, but really impressed by the fact we've got 6 separate goal scorers for Adrian. What does that say about their team as a whole? That really it's everyone contributing.
Exactly, and kind of just building off of what you just said, it's kind of just showing how deep this Bulldog roster is. A lot of goal scorers. I mean, from what we've seen goals scored from defensemen, wingers, centers. It's kind of all around the board tonight, and you'd really love to see that for the Bulldogs. Able to put the puck on the net no matter what position or what line you're on. It's just really adds to the depth of their roster for this season.
Puck swiped away from Kuzminski by Peterson, sends it down. Bertie Ohm out of the net. Able to move it for Gilmore up the wall. Kuzminski can't get it out. This is sealed in by Eagleson. Has a goal in the contest. Nellie Wood pressuring hard. Pass will find Hutter here. Good keep in by Eagleson. Gives it to Soft Ice and Taryn Morris. Battle on the boards here. What's interesting, I feel like we see a lot of board battles in women's hockey due to the fact that there is no body checking. You can't really separate the player from the puck, so bodies gather, and I would argue that might actually be more dangerous with the amount of scrums we see.
Absolutely. I've always thought the same thing, honestly, watching so many, or having the opportunity to watch so much women's hockey here at Adrian College. I noticed that too, and that's a difference in between men's and women's hockey. There's a lot more of those board battles, and it's a lot different, but I guess that's the kind of reasoning behind why there's not as much body checking, and we see those board battles from now and then.
Green able to dig it off the boards. Centered for Calverda, who couldn't get it out. Pestering here is Robinson. Williams trying to get it over. Just a stifling forecheck from Adrian here. Again, it's Genesee Williams. Able to steer this one on for Michelle Borland. Lifts it by Morris, gives chase upon Forrester. Able to get it up the boards. This is Eagleson, can't handle. Sent back down for Borland from Foster. Murray. Haley Murray behind the goal, tried to drop it off, but gave it away right to Callie Forrester. Had her first career goal in this game off an odd bounce in the second period. Scores 6-0 here for number 3 ranked Adrian. And what will be a confident win likely added to their resume against number 9 Indiana Tech. Still 14.5 minutes to go though. Villiard knocked into the boards, and this is taken by Lauren Yonker up ice. Yonker trying to get away from Goodwin. Good back check by Tyler Turnbull. How about that hustle to lift the stick and clear it out to the neutral zone?
It was a really great effort there.
Shot back in by Gilmore. Turnbull will center. Nice passing has been the trademark for Adrian tonight. That bank feed was too far ahead of Parents. This is elevated back along. Ice opening up for Izzy Pedham-Shan. Walks in, looking across. And that will deny Chloe Burt of the shutout. It's the captain, Dakota Bowler, to cut the deficit to 5. 6-1 hockey game.
Let's take a look at this replay here. We'll see that odd man rush. I believe Bulldogs defense are caught puck watching a little bit. And that backdoor option is wide open, and Indiana Tech finally able to score their first goal of this contest. It's about halfway through this third period.
Pedham-Shan with a really nice dish. That set up Bowler for an easy tap-in. Here's Stitt working in, can't get the shot off. Pichet will find it behind the Warrior goal. White here has it. Trying to work it back up top for Shaw. Instead goes to Pichet, trying to speed away. Smolinski steps into a wrister. Bowler will block it. Bertie Ohm snatched it out of the air. I think going back to that first goal of the game for the Warriors, that was a 2-on-1 executed to perfection.
Absolutely, I'd have to agree. And that's kind of what we talked about, transitioning from the second intermission to this period. Is Indiana Tech for now, I think, needs to work on doing the right things and making the correct plays, and that was a perfect example of it.
That's a good start, though. Get a goal on the board, get some confidence, feeling a little bit better about your performance now. Never want to go into an opposing team's barn and give another goaltender an easy shutout, and they take that away from Burt there. Nothing really the Adrian goaltender could do, as that was just a great passing play. Here's another chance. Howitzer, loose in front, trying to elevate it by Burt. Where's the puck? It stays in front of the goal line somehow. Initial point blast came from Maddie Beek. Hammering away at it on the side of the net was Haley Hutter, and somehow, some way, Chloe Burt kept it out.
Wow, let's get another look at that one right there. What an interesting sequence. Starts with the initial shot here, a rebound, a couple of saves by Burt. I believe that's Shaw just at the goal line, able to pressure and keep the puck out. We'll see Burt here. Looks like she has one of her straps loose, and after that sequence, I mean, there's a lot of sticking going on in front of the net. That was interesting, for sure.
Definitely. Nice job by Burt there.
I'd have to agree.
Borland behind the net, feeds up top for Yonker. Indiana Tech quickly gaining momentum in the game. And here's another goal, courtesy of Michelle Borland.
2 unanswered goals from Indiana Tech. Let's get another look from the goal of Michelle Borland. Let's see, initial shot from the point. Bounces off a Bulldog defender. It plays out perfectly, and Borland's able to sweep that one in.
Borland made the most of the opportunity after that puck kind of just fell into her lap on her tape. Fired a quick shot. When you get your shot on net off that quickly, not many goaltenders will be able to save it. Great placement from Borland as well as she goes up over the glove hand of Burt. Tangle up here out front between Williams and Forster. And suddenly Indiana Tech with a good bit of life in this one. McCarroll's going to drop it off. Good stick lift on Peterson, made by Croson. And the bench has life for Indiana Tech. They've got a little bit of a skip in their step right now.
They're definitely feeding off a lot of that momentum from that first goal scored. And just like that, 2 unanswered goals from the Warriors.
Skating up ice with it right now is Robinson, weaving into the middle. Again, another strong back check. Getting back is Harvey Zink to break it up. Harvey Zink moves it over, then gets it back. Warriors trying to get a change. Not ready for the pass there was Croson, but good awareness to get her head up and collect the feed. Spinning away again from pressure is Ryan Harvey Zink. They get it ahead, maybe another 2-on-1. Racing after it, Yakachuk has Bowler on the back door. Boy, didn't miss by much.
Wow, Warriors definitely living off that momentum from those 2 goals right now. Bulldogs have to be careful. Indiana Tech shows that they still have some life here. Even though Bulldogs do have the 4-goal lead, they're not giving up. It's not over till it's over.
11 minutes left in this game. Maddie Beek will take it in. Found by Villiard now. Slid over for Shaw. Long feet ahead and a break here. They give it up to Parent. Here's the chance on the breakaway. Parent, what a move. Couldn't get the finish as she lost the handle at the last possible moment. My goodness. Are you not entertained?
Wow. The Parent had the goaltender faked out there. Just the puck just seemed to roll off her stick blade.
Had a mind of its own, didn't it?
It did.
Villiard back up ahead. Parent can't handle. Mackenzie Villiard in the near corner. We thought this third period might be a little bit slow pace, but it's been pretty exciting. Indiana Tech outscoring Adrian 2-0 in this final frame so far. Worthy of noting, Dakota Bowler, Allison Green, and Michelle Borland now all tied for the team lead with 11 goals apiece. 15 games into the season, or this is their 16th game rather. Goals from Bowler and Borland make it 6-2, and it's still a 4-goal deficit, but it's all Indiana Tech right now. Green trying to work it out. It's kept in by the Bulldogs. I think for Adrian, maybe the reason why Indiana Tech's had some more success, I think they've let off the gas a little bit in terms of their forecheck that has stifled this Warrior team so well for the first 40 minutes.
I have to agree. It's much more lenient and laid back in terms of their forecheck for this third period.
Miranda winds, fires, missed the mark. This is a big response here on this shift from this line of Stitt, White, and Pichet. They've kind of gotten back to basics, kind of a in-your-face approach offensively so far on this shift, which has probably been the best for the Bulldogs so far in this third. But nonetheless, Williams can move it out. Michelle Borland looking for number 2. She drives in, was hooked by Miranda. Penalty coming against Adrian as Miranda fell down hard on the Warrior player in the aftermath, checking in on her to make sure she's all right. We're going to look at a replay of this rush once more. How about the wheels from Borland on this one?
Let's check it out here. Good move around Miranda. Really dangerous with the skate blade around the head area of Chloe Burt. But she seems to get away from that unscathed. You just hate to see that.
Borland just single-handedly drawing that penalty. The saying in hockey goes, speed kills. Borland was able to get going, get around the corner on Miranda, and draw the penalty. It's a hook against Gianna Miranda.
Bulldogs definitely have to be cautious here in this penalty kill with all the momentum that's gone in favor of the Warriors.
Definitely. And this is just what the doctor ordered for Indiana Tech, trying to carry their momentum into this power play. Yakachuk able to find it for Pedem Shand. Now it's Hutter. Slid for Yonker, who's logged a lot of minutes on the back end. Kuzminski. Snatched away. Forrester trying to clear it out. It takes a deflection. Here's Rhea Peterson. Could be in all alone here. Peterson stares down Birdie Ohm, who makes a big save on Rhea.
Wow. A great save there. It's the second breakaway the Bulldogs have had in this period, and unfortunately for them, unable to score, but Birdie Ohm a big save there.
Pretty big response from Ashton Birdie Ohm, starting out solid for the first 12 minutes plus of this period. That shot handcuffed Chloe Burt. Bulldogs able to clear here. 45 seconds left on Tech's power play. Episcopo gives and gets back from Borland. Blocked by Turnbull. Speeding back to keep it in. Episcopo. Good stick again by Tyler Turnbull to clear it. Banked on along for Borland, who I think you could argue it's been probably the best skater for the Warriors today. Michelle Borland has been buzzing around. Still the score remains 6-2 in favor of Adrian. Parent trying to dig it off the boards. Juzak lost the puck. This is found by Villiard. Short-handed, the Bulldogs playing in the offensive zone. They are able to kill off the penalty. Big penalty kill to try and halt the momentum of this Warrior offense. It's been red hot in the third so far. Taryn Morris ushers it for Forrester. Sent right back over for Morris. Pass up the center is in front of a tired Villiard. Parent giving some chase. Behind the net, this is handled by Emily Foster. Sends it up out of play. Face-off stays in the Warrior zone with 6:24 left. Bulldogs just trying to see this one out. Still up by 4, despite Indiana Tech's response here in the final frame so far.
Absolutely. That was a tremendous forecheck there from Parent. Good pressure and just kind of forced the Indiana Tech defenseman to play it up into the netting, and that'll force the face-off glove side of Birdie Ohm.
White will handle the puck in the far corner. Mackenzie Parent has really hustled today, and I think her hard work has not really rewarded her individually, but because of her hard work, the team's been able to have success.
Absolutely. I think the same things can be said for a lot of players. Like Kira Eagleson, for example. Really got the boots moving, was able to score a really nice goal in the second period there.
Birdie Ohm covers, 5:56 to go in the game. Shots have become closer in margin. 29 for Adrian, 16 for Indiana Tech. Pichet to win the face-off back. Forrester, they slide it back and forth. D-to-D, shot in traffic from Morris, took a deflection. This is lifted out by Yonker. Maybe a chance developing, as here's Croson trying to drive wide. She's angled wide. Yonker up top, what a fake. She's taken down, able to get it over. It's out in front. Pichet falling down, sets up a drive. And that's up into the rafters off the stick of Yonker. Well, I think the positive in this third has been the effort level from Indiana Tech. They're leaving it all out on the ice.
100%. We're going to get a look at that nice move there from the point. And, Indiana Tech in this third period has been much better about collecting those rebounds, and they get a really good one-time opportunity there. Unfortunately for them, it's just high and wide of the crossbar.
And I think you could make an argument there that Yonker was tripped up. We are going to get a tripping penalty here on Tess McCarrow as she just brought down Dakota Bowler. Bowler makes a nice move to slip through. Gregan will touch up, and just like that, another Indiana Tech power play coming up. I was saying that on the previous play when Yonker made that nice fake, I thought she got taken down. Well, now a tripping penalty will be called against Tess McCarrow. Just like that, Tech right back to the power play where they still have not been able to strike pay dirt yet.
Not a penalty you want to take late in the game if you're the Bulldogs, especially with how much they've been offensively pressuring the Bulldogs in this third period.
Episcopo tried to loft one down. Would have liked to see her maybe take a shot there. Borland from distance on the doorstep. It's another one. Genesee Williams. Now we've got a 3-goal game as the Warriors finally able to strike on the power play.
Wow. I wouldn't have seen this one coming, but look here. Indiana Tech just on top of things this third period. Nice rebound collection in front. Another shot on goal. 20th shot on goal goes in on Burt. Bulldogs only have the 3-goal lead now.
That was an incredible finish by Williams. She was reaching after it on her knees. Backhand, top cheese. That was insane.
Still 4 minutes to go here. And the Warriors just refuse to give up.
No quitting this team. Scott Hicks has to be happy with how this third has gone. You have to wonder what the score would be right now if, we had seen a game of this, atmosphere for an entire 60. Here's Eagleson trying to answer. What a move. Kira Eagleson on the breakaway, the dangle, and the goal.
Exactly what I was talking about before, Calvin. Just that speed we see from Kira Eagleson. Able to skate over the blue line, beat the defender with a nice move. And they answer right back to that.
How about the skill from Eagleson to be able to field that puck out of the air and stay in stride, moving up ice. Then a nice move for the right-hander who faked onto her backhand, sliding Bertione from right to left, and then had an open net in which to tuck the puck home. That could not have come at a better time for the Bulldogs. Maybe sucks a little bit of life out of this Warrior comeback bid as they were able to get a big goal. Eagleson's second of the game. Here's Billiard, spun out front, out of the reach of Eagleson, who's now on hat trick watch with 3:50 to go. Good bounce back goal coming from Kira Eagleson after things have gotten a little bit nerve-wracking in this third. Bowler tried to put a move on Morris. That's shut down by the Bulldog defenseman. Bowler goes down hard, so does Morris, and I think we've got a Warrior penalty upcoming. Should be a trip against, I believe, Dakota Bowler. Warriors touch up. Roughing the call here. And it will be against Arena Juzak, one of the two players wearing the C during this game alongside Bowler. Bulldogs get a power play to try and re-extend their lead. Came into this frame up 6-0, outscored 3-1 so far in the period so far. How can the Bulldogs look to close out this game? We're in the final 3:22. How do they do that on this power play?
I think they just need to regroup here and get back to what they did during the second period and just really maybe go for a tip in front or something, and things will play out on this power play and we'll find out.
Puck bounces off the far wall. Pichet able to grab a hold of it. Dropped off for Shaw. Great passing here from Adrian. They slide it over. McCarrow steps in. Bertione may have got a piece. Salvaged by Pichet. McCarrow up for Shaw. Pichet a dry. And a save by Bertione. This is found by Episcopo. Trying to work it up the near boards. Players taking tumbles left and right. Shaw able to keep it in with the skate. Crafty play to keep it inside the blue. Pichet sends it down for Sydney White, had it taken away, and Lauren Yonker will clear almost halfway through this power play, but just get the feeling there's not enough time on the clock for Indiana Tech to try and stage a comeback.
At this point, I don't think so either, but they've had a great effort in this third period nonetheless.
McCarroll trying to go upstairs, missed the goal entirely. Bulldogs forced to regroup as Peterson making a move by Beek, sending her sprawling out on the ice. Met by Izzy Pettem-Shand. Controlled by Turnbull. Villiard giving it right back to Turnbull. At the top, Forster mishandled it, and that will be sent down by Maddie Beek with 30 seconds left on the Bulldog power play. Minute 45 left in the game. This power play has worked wonders in the area of trying to close out this game and chewing some clock with the Warriors on their heels shorthanded. Villiard. This is taken away by Genesee Williams, who's content to let clock run out on the end boards. Juzak about to come out of the box. Warriors able to clear, and they kill the penalty off successfully. Stitt looking for Peterson. Haley Murray will get it down. Centering is Borland. This is sent around. Board battle ensues here as we enter the final minute of the hockey game with number 3 Adrian leading 7-3 over number 9 Indiana Tech. Yonker trying to change the scoreline. Sent one right into the Adrian defenseman Miranda. Comes back to the point for Yonker. Lets a shot fly. This is stopped by Callie Forster, who will skate it out and accidentally shot one into the Warrior bench. 37 seconds left in the contest. You know, we've gone from kind of a feel-good second period to a third period that has kind of, you know, maybe marred this performance slightly for Adrian. It's still a 4-goal win at the end of the day, but Indiana Tech kind of raising some questions for the Bulldogs defensively here.
Absolutely. You know, I just think the way that the Warriors have came out for this third period just really caught the Bulldogs a little bit off guard. I don't think they were expecting them to come back a little bit after the 6-0 lead.
Warriors didn't roll over. They came out with the response to start this third. Adrian able to weather their offensive onslaught despite being outscored 3-1 in this third period. Overall, they've been the better team tonight. Final 10 seconds of this one. It'll be pinned to the wall. Referee is letting the clock run as some pushes and shoves being exchanged. Things getting a little bit feisty down there in the near corner. But as far as the scoreboard goes, it reads 7-3. Adrian able to get a big win over a ranked opponent by a 4-goal margin. Chloe Burt, the win in net, saving 18 of 21 shots, and Kira Eagleson leads the way offensively. 2 goals for this Bulldog team. Who stood out for both sides in this one for you, Niter?
Well, I think for the Bulldogs, definitely everybody. Everybody, you know, played their role and did a really great job. I think what we were speaking about before and their depth and everything, their depth of scoring, that was very evident tonight on the stat sheet. They just did a really good job of, you know, of their depth and just really everybody getting a chance to fire one in the back of the Indiana Tech's net.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see the players shake hands here, shots finish at 32-20. Indiana Tech giving some pushback in this third period, but at the end of the day, Adrian College, the better squad in this one, they get rewarded. They win 7-3. And what do you think the complexity of tomorrow night's matchup down in Fort Wayne, Indiana will be after the Warriors really gain some momentum in this final frame?
Yeah, I think definitely the Warriors are definitely going to come out hard. They're going to be thinking about this contest tomorrow's matchup in Fort Wayne. And if I'm the Adrian College Bulldogs, I'm thinking, oh, we can't let up. We can't let up at all. We have to play like we did, you know, throughout the first and second period, and we can't give things up, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Bulldogs put up 7 goals. That's an incredible feat. Tough to do, especially against a team ranked number 9 in the country. What do you think enabled them to put up such a lofty scoring total here tonight?
I think they just definitely took advantage of all the bounces they got. A lot of bounces went in favor of the Bulldogs, and they just did a really good job of capitalizing on those opportunities that we saw here tonight.
Definitely. And as we mentioned, Kira Eagleson with 2 goals in this one. Other goal scorers for the Bulldogs tonight, Haley Wiltshire, Kenna Goodwin, Kira Eagleson, as we already mentioned, with 2. Taylor Robinson, Macy Pichet, and Callie Forster. Forster with her first career goal. And then looking over for the Warriors side of things, they got goals from Dakota Bowler, Michelle Borland, and Genesee Williams, all in the third period. I think for head coach Scott Hicks and this Indiana Tech squad, what's going to be their game plan going into tomorrow night's game to try and close up some of the holes defensively and make it harder on Adrian's forwards to put the puck in the back of the net?
Well, yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of pride there in the third period for the Warriors. They did a very good job of kind of controlling the Bulldogs and dominating offensively, and that's something of what we're going to need to see more in tomorrow's contest in order for them to even the series up at 1. But we will find out.
Absolutely. Well, that just about does it here from Arrington Ice Arena. Thank you for tuning in tonight for this ACHA Women's Division I contest. Calvin Keys, Dylan Knighton behind the scenes. We'd like to thank Josiah Durrell and Dakota Schneider for making this broadcast possible. The game finishes 7-3 in favor of the number 3 ranked Adrian College Bulldogs. They take down the number 9 ranked Indiana Tech Warriors. These 2 teams will face again tomorrow down in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But tomorrow night we've got a big game, NCAA men's ice hockey, as the Adrian Bulldogs host the Augsburg University Augies in a matchup between 2 teams that really have a history against one another. That puck drop at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. I'll be right back alongside Alex Herman. But again, just want to thank you on behalf of our entire crew. I'm Calvin Keys, bidding you good night.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.